Thank you. But if you have wood burner friends, if you don't wood burn yourself, get them. Because it's kind of like a coloring page, and then with freedoms, you know? And then I totally recommend, not just because I'm an affiliate, but I totally recommend Unicorn Spit on your wood burning projects because you don't cover the actual wood burn. You can still see where the grooves are in. And she has a smaller one than this, Michelle Nicole, the creator and maker of Unicorn Spit. You'll find her on Facebook, you'll find her here, Artistic Vivations, Do It Yourself Dingbat, that's one of her names here. Anyway, go check it out. Just type in Unicorn Spit and see what people are doing with it because everybody's doing something different. Let me show you what I've done recently with it. So with the Artistic Vivations, you can make alcohol ink. The Artistic Vivations is what I call the sister to the Unicorn Spit. They are the metallics, and they're just stunning. Super concentrated, okay? So I just made these gorgeous, it looks kind of orangey here with this yellow light, but they're pink, fuchsia pink crystals. You know what, guys? Let me just go ahead and do it right fast. Not even fast. This is a free day for me. That. Oh, it's so ocean. This is like so. Let me just right fast do a small amount of crystals. Today is, and always, is from my brother, Ed Williams. He's a professional musician, lives near Nashville, and most of my stuff has his music in the background. So thank you, Ed Williams, shout out, I love you, bro. Okay, so the first thing I know is you can get wax paper or parchment paper or glassine. This is glassine. You guys, Shannon, my daughter and moderator, she knows my process. Lovely woman. If you have questions, she can answer them, I'm sure. But she's in and out because she's a very busy lady. So, blessings, honey. Okay, so I like the glassine paper for it because it doesn't stick. It doesn't stick at all. Now, the wax paper, you might have a little bit of wax kind of transfer off onto your crystals. Not like all over the place, just sometimes wax can transfer. So, but it's never affected any of my stuff adversely. I just noticed it, so it was that little. Okay, and the parchment paper, no problem, except it gets real soggy. So I like to get the little cups because they're fun. I like to hear the sound of glass shaking in them. This is all art therapy and, you know, like aromatherapy because it's jasmine and lemongrass scented. So you can't beat that. So I'm thrilled. Okay, gloves. Now I know if I'm doing alcohol ink for, you know, alcohol ink looking things, I like to use those pins and fill them with the alcohol and then have a little palette with my metallics, the Artistic Vivations, and then just dip that pin in there and use it and let that alcohol flow through to the brush. And when it does, it's a nice combination at the very end. I love working with wood like that. Just has a different look than if you put it on with water. So if you've got Unicorn Spit, I was talking to a lady the other day, I can't remember her name, I was in somebody else's live just hanging out, fly on the wall, and she said that she had Unicorn Spit and she's had it forever, and she even got the ones that were in the old style that were the first ones out, the little tubs, jars. That was before my Unicorn Spit time. But anyway, she said that it looked really concentrated, and I was like, it is. But she had never used it. So anyway, if you've never used it, please break it out right now. Let's have some fun. And it doesn't matter what you've got, if it's wood or canvas or you want to color crystals or shells, it's a gel stain. So it's going to stain. The beauty of this is it is water soluble, so you just wash it off, and it's non-toxic. So that's yay. The flip side of that is you have to make sure it's sealed with a polyurethane, like this is what I use most of the time, a quick spritz of polyurethane. That's it. And it's fast drying and it will seal it. Now, once you have something sealed, it doesn't mean you're done. Thank God, because I am a person that just continues to create on top of creation. So you can just continue to layer, and you can go acrylics, alcohol ink, unicorn spit, you can mix them all together, and it's just an amazing medium. So I hope you try it. That's all I have to say about that. Clothing, yes. Yes. And hair. You can do your hair. And I put it on my nails. It's fun. And it's good because, you know, kids are around and it's non-toxic. This is interesting. This is Capricorn. It's blue with a copper flash. So I don't know what that'll look like on a crystal, so let's see. Okie dokie, Sherry says. And lip stain, Shannon says. True. She's done it all. You guys, there's a unicorn spit convention. Oh, and I get to go this time. I get to go see what it's all about, maybe learn some more stuff, meet the unicorn spit queen herself, and all of these friends I'm finding on here, some of them are actually going, and I get to meet, I get to meet them face to face, I do. All right, so anyway, Michelle Nicole sent this to me because I'm an affiliate. And she sent them to all of them, and it's beautiful. And I love her saying, unicorn spit, artistic vibrations, be good, be blessed, and always let your creative juices flow. So I have to spit this, but not right now. So thank you, Michelle Nicole, and I'm excited. It's in Kansas City. So the cool thing is, I'm rolling all over the place, our granddaughter, one of our granddaughters live there. So that's cool. Good to see her. All right, so here we go. Thanks. All right, so what I'm going to do is just grab me some 91% alcohol. It doesn't take very much. Making crystals. Okay, so I need crystals. These are really big. Oh, there was some really big ones, so I dyed them pink, that gorgeous set of pink, and I'm going to use them in a fairy painting as stepping stones, and I picked them out already from the biggest to the smallest going away, and I can see it in my head. And and this, the Familwood wood filler, also found on Unicorn Spit site. This, you can put your crystals in and make geodes, and it just fabulous. You can paint on it, you can resin over it or not. You don't have to. So I'm going to build the little grass and grassy knoll and stuff with that, and then put my glass chips in there. So fun. Oh, you guys, you should see Shannon's, what she's doing. You say I'm creative, Shannon. She's painting her light switch covers, and whimsical and gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And how fun to be sitting there in someone's house and look over and see like a whole scene. Bravo, girl. I'm proud. Okay, so here we are. I can either put these in just like this, or I can color the water, but I'm going to put it in just like that. It's not water, sorry, it's alcohol. And then right on top of that, this is not how I did it yesterday, I'm just playing. Right on top of that, I'm going to put some Capricorn. Now sometimes when you open these, it like that, so be careful. This is not usually how it's done. But the joy of showing you this is you realize you can do it any which way you want. As long as you have alcohol and coloring, you're good. Put a little more alcohol on this, let that drip off of those. Let's see what that looks like, just that little amount right there. Ooh, ooh, look how blue. Okay, so since I like that color, I do want a little bit more. So let me grab a container. This will work. Put it. All right, and I definitely want some more crystals. If you can hear that music, it's T-Bone Boogie, Ed Williams. This is fun. I just like the shaking. I did this yesterday. This is the fun way to color. And it just keeps coloring. I'm telling you, it's uber concentrated. Oh, that's gorgeous. And then the cool thing is, maybe you want to change it up a little bit. Maybe you want a gradual to something else color. And you can do that right in your little cup. It's like dark blue, and then you want to go to whatever green or something like that. You can start changing it up. I'm not going to do that right now though, because I want some more of this blue. Aw, you're welcome, sweetheart. It's true. All right, I could still do more crystals. See how much it, just those few drops. That's why I'm saying, you guys, people say, oh, that looks expensive. I agree, honestly. When I looked at it, I thought, oh man, that seems like a lot, because you don't want to buy just one color, right? If you're like me, you want to buy a set, or you want to buy a variety where you can try them, right? So I was a little hesitant about putting the money down on it, but when I started working with this stuff and I realized you need a drop or two or four at the most in your painting even, I realized that's a lot. So you can break them down, buy a bottle, break them down, and share it with your friends, and let them buy a different bottle and break it down. I put them in these. They're fabulous. They're not that expensive. I probably scared a ton of people off. They're not, you know, when you realize how far they go, it's really not. All right. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. And you make your own crystal color for your own project. You can't beat that. You can't always find the color you're looking for, right? So now that you've got that, we're gonna hit it with a heat gun. You don't have to do this. You can just set this aside and then come back and knock them around a little bit, making sure that every part of it is dry. That's all we're looking for. So nice and low. And then once they're fully dry, then you can spray them or whatever, and then spray it with that. And again, spray it, let it dry for 15 minutes, whatever, toss them around and spray it again just to make sure. And if you don't seal them, okay, and you put them in your art and you pour something liquid over, some will stay. Some of the color will stay. At least that's what I've discovered when I've done that. And then some will kind of bleed off into whatever art is next to it, which is also a very cool look, I have to say. So, like in geodes, that's not a bad thing. Now, it is nice to know what crystals are going to do that, though, so you can plan ahead. So, if you seal it, you won't have a problem. I saved this paper because I can always use the other side. Anyway, so there we have blue. And just like that, you make any color crystal you want and just have fun. I will spray my glass afterwards. If I don't, some of it will kind of come off if I'm like resining over or spritzing water or something like that. It can come off and onto my other art. So for my purpose, geode and stuff like that, on these, I'm going to spray seal them. Yes, thank you, Shannon. She's my daughter. So proud. Yeah, and I have spray sealed them with the acrylics, but that's not really good because it's a water-based product here, so water soluble. So some of it, as you spray with an acrylic sealer type of stuff, when that watery hits it, it wants to take it off. So that's why we use the oil, because the oil, you can pour oil over unicorn spit all day long and it's not moving. So that's why we use the polyurethane stuff. I'm just learning too. I've been painting with unicorn spit for years and years. But I'm still learning, so I love to pass on what I've learned to you, and I hope you do the same. Oh, wasn't that gorgeous? I'm telling you, the weirdest colors in this unicorn spit happen. And when you're painting with it and you start mixing it together, it's like, I've never seen some of those colors before. It does weird things. And you can paint like, it leads you to stuff like that. Let me show you what this is. I wish I could light it up for you. I haven't fixed it. There is lights in here. But this is unicorn spit painted. Yeah, the swing. And it glows in the dark. And, oh yeah, this little fairy jug, I might have glued it. Okay, no I didn't. This little fairy jug, this leaf is attached to the fairy jug, and that's how you turn it on. There's the thing in there. But my husband has to fix it because I broke it. But isn't that sweet? And then in the fairy jug itself, it's got actual amethyst sitting there. And it comes off so you can put a little love note or whatever in there. So, but unicorn spit, because of what it does, it's kind of like, it does weird things you didn't expect. It's not like an acrylic where you know if you put this down, this is what it's going to do. So I'm like, oh, you know, and then it's like, okay, all right. And I just started thinking, I'm going to just see what happens and start experimenting. That's when I totally fell in love with it. Which way does it go? This way. What I've got around here is epoxy sculpt. Okay, so this one does actually light up. Hold on. Isn't that neat? And it also glows in the dark. That's all unicorn spit in there. Oh, I love this stuff. Okay, if you like pouring because you don't want to draw, that's fine too. You can mix it in with your acrylics, or you can just go straight on unicorn spit, like that. Just kind of drew and then did a pour with the Floetrol and unicorn spit. And then, of course, if it's sitting on a table, you'll want it reversible, so I went crazy on the back and I absolutely loved it. Just fun. Just can't stop playing. Unicorn spit and alcohol. And I love these treasure boxes because it's like a 3D, you know, painting. Look at that. Looks like you're going inside of some cave-like craziness. I love it. I'm still not sure what I love that little sexy eye on the mushroom. Thank you. Thank you guys. Let's see, is it inside? Oh yeah, I do. I have the inside. Here's the lid. I don't know how to show you this. It's kind of weird. One. This is from my Plain Jane collection because it's a textured one, but it doesn't have a lot of bling or anything special on the outside. It's a balloon press. Bling, guys, you ready? Plain Jane collection. Yeah, not so much. Isn't that amazing? It's so hard with these lights. Now, if you notice, I have edges that wave in and out on my resin. Look how thick that is on there. And I thought about just shaving it down and rounding it off, but I kind of like the wave. It's also the one that has the little bubbles in it. And so, you know, as far as a resin artist, no, it's not great. But as far as this feeling of this, I was digging it. So there it is. I left all the weirdness and all those things. And then there's the inside. Are you bored with seeing boxes yet? Thank you. Fay Ray Art. Thank you. Appreciate you. And I'm following. Hello, friend. Here's one that I kind of want to resin now. It's very matte. It's weird, isn't it? Story of my life. Really. My latest resin, this was unicorn spit and alcohol. Unicorn spit. Full confession here, full disclosure. I've got a swipe right here that's not even. Does it kill me? No. Because I love it. Phamo wood. This, you can mix it in with your unicorn spit or just put it straight on and paint your unicorn spit over it later. That's these trees. My fairy forest. It's all a process. Your art is a journey. That's how I have to think of it. That's how I do think of it. It's just an experience. And as long as I continue to experiment and feel like that's what I'm doing, I'm not practicing. I'm experimenting. And so I'm not disappointed when things go weird. I'm just kind of amazed. Sometimes I'm disappointed, to tell you the truth. I mean, if it goes bad at the wrong time, then yeah. I mean, this is unicorn spit. I love the way it looks on wood because you can still see the wood grain underneath. That's important to me. So there's the top. I don't know if I showed you. Oh, I forgot, I did the bottom too. It's very light. Florals. Hire someone that finishes boxes. You can tell the stuff I like to do and the stuff I don't. Because it's like, it gets to that certain point and it's like, and now what am I going to do? Is it resin? Is it... Okay, this is Crazy Wild. Look at the polka dots and stuff or whatever. I do love circles and orbs and eyeballs. I've noticed that in my journey. Something about it just trips my trigger. So there's the front. And now as you go around, you see that this water, whatever, turns into the waterfall. So that was fun. And then it turns into, didn't turn into it very good. I didn't blend it, I just made that its own little special thing apparently. But continuing on, we've got a lighthouse. You know you had to. And of course that lighthouse has that beam that is the water, or whatever that is. And then we have the bottom is painted in weirdness. Yeah, this one's gonna have to have some resin, I'm thinking, because I really do like. Okay, this is why I didn't like this box. It's gross. It's the first time I've ever just. You ready? It's gross. It's the colors. Look what happened. It's just not right. Last one, my little precious Hamsa. And this is the back, the underneath. It's gonna be hard to show you. It's supposed to be like trees. Do you see the eye in the sky? In the water? Thank you. Yeah, these are so fun. So, like I say, from crystals to treasure boxes to resin to whatever, you can use your unicorn spit. So, as an artist, someone who does a lot of lives and sharing, it's important to me to be able to mix those things that I have with one another. Like if I want to put acrylics in something, I know that I can spice up the depth of color by adding some unicorn spit. So even if I have some acrylic that isn't maybe the most pigmented, then I can grab my unicorn spit and just enhance it. Tips and tricks. But if you have any, I would love to hear it. And it doesn't have to be about unicorn spit, just any arts, anything. And I've noticed some names that I haven't seen here before today, and I thank you so much for coming in. I will get back to you and follow you back if you've followed me. And if you're an artist and you haven't followed me, I'll still probably follow you.